Hello everyone, it's Livin' Dead, and I'm returning with another WAD playthrough. This one comes courtesy of a user named Origamyde from the Doom World forums, and it goes by the name of World Corp. So, we have a GZDoom map, and as you can see, we got some pretty cool menu music so far, and a very interesting retro GUI sort of look to the menu screen. So let's go ahead and log in, shall we? This is for GZDoom, and we are playing on Ultraviolence. Oh yeah. 358 monsters and 5 secrets, and one kick-ass soundtrack. Look at this. I mean, listen to this. Yeah. Let's groove. All right, I like this. So we're getting some actual, like, MP3 quality music, or whatever format this would be. Ooh, who we got here? So we start out in this sewer tunnel, and we're going to be jumping down into this area outside. Oops. Let's get this going. Knock out all these hit scanners first, and then deal with these imps. Oh, shit. I like that we have an appropriate pace to match the tempo of this music, because it's got me in the mood to just blast some stuff. This cool, like, retrowave sound. Let's give you like a bit of a Hotline Miami kind of vibe. We just need some neon colors in this. Alright, so those pinkies came out of a little hole in the wall. Is there anything in here worth investigating? No. Oh! Haha! Entirely by accident. There's not really much telegraph to that secret, is there? Fuck yeah. An early super shotgun. This is like a big deal, isn't it? So, yeah, what even set that off? It's just the... Oh, it's just a slightly different texture? Is that what it is? Oop. We'll go back up. Yeah, it is a slightly different texture. I didn't even really notice that. Cool. Let's get a save going. World Corp. I like the palette here. Oh, because it's got a cool, like, city outskirts, maybe, type of look to it. Nice, like, classic aesthetic mixed with some newer textures, or some different textures. Very well fit the style. All right. So, chainsaw. We got a pair of double doors. Maybe like a little security office over here. Conserve some of these shotgun shells. Got a lot of peons in here that should be easy enough to handle with the... Oop. Thought something was behind me for some reason, so... With these kinds of, like, branching paths, I just can't help but, like, poke around in one for a couple of minutes, and then turn around and poke around in the other one before I decide which one I want to go to. And I think in this case I'm going to go for the green option first. Although there is a red door here. Not sure what that did. This isn't even, it's not even telling me that I can't open it without the red key, so that's interesting. I don't know why that is. Did not open this door over here. Okay, so I opened this thing up. I could probably do with some better signaling. I mean, not that there's too much to really confuse you about in terms of where you're going to end up going, but I don't know, I always like to see some sign of anything that a switch does telegraphed in some way, when it's not immediately, like, visible to what it changes. And then that does something else too. So okay, so we just have a couple of... So open this thing up, and It looks like there was something that was blocking the switch that I just lowered, so okay. Pretty cool level so far, though. I like the look to it. Like this kind of setting. I'm ready to fight something else, but I guess we're kind of clearing out the fodder before we get into the nasty part of the infestation. Okay, so need blue key for both of these doors here, so we're not going to go this way yet. The poison didn't hurt me earlier. Oh, but it hurts me now. Okay, so I mean, there is a poison sign here, but I'm not a big fan of when the texture is inconsistently used. Like, you could replace, I don't know, maybe the poison in the beginning area does hurt you and I just didn't notice it, but if it's not, if it doesn't hurt you, then it could be like the brown sludge, and that could be the poison to make it distinct, so that you know for a fact that they're different, maybe for a reason. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. It's not like you lose a lot of health there, so. Okay, I like we have these kind of different color-coded looks to the different paths. Oh, an awkwardly thick door. Anyways. I'm not usually a big fan of the star-based texture, but this is kind of cool. Like it, I've never really seen this. It uses the kind of the palette from that one kind of green sewery looking texture, but over the star-based pattern. It's neat. Okay, so this is basically confirmed to be a backtrack by the auto map, so that's cool. Okay, so that means that the blue key is located somewhere in this vicinity. So I'm not going to get it this way. I may need to go down, but I don't want to yet. Oh yeah. Bonus points for letting me blow stuff up with barrels. Something I always forget to put in my maps. I like seeing it when other people do it. Oh, and the red key area. So those, I like kind of like how the textures on the floor correspond with sort of the general key color area. The key color of the area, I guess. Alright, so I can't go either of these two directions. Do I get up here? I bet that's a teleport, is what it feels like. Alright, well, maybe I'll see at some point. Texturing is really good in this level overall so far. I really like the use of the borders. It's very fine details, but not like you're not going overboard on it. Oof, shit, that was bad. That was not good play. I'm doing so well up to this point. Alright, let's backtrack to get some health. Okay. Doom 3 UAC logo, that's cool. So man, if I had not found that super shotgun, I would have been using the chain gun for all of this up to this point. I'm kind of glad I located it, but man, that would be... And this is the first shotgun in the map, and I've already killed 130 monsters. Interesting. Okay, so that is just some cool glass. What did I open here? Whoa. Any bad guys in here? Okay, so finally the first taste of some shotgun enemies. Nice, Kako. Oh, and then a super shotgun like right away. That's interesting. Maybe the author's just not a big fan of the regular shotgun in general. Like, eh. You're almost obligated to give it to the player, the regular shotgun, but maybe the author Origamyde. It's like the past tense of performing the verb of origami. Origamyde. I origamied yesterday. Anyways, maybe they don't like maybe they just don't like the super shotgun that much. Man, this is fairly labyrinthine. There's a lot of different paths to go to. Oh boy. Damn, that was mean. Alright, what did that do? Okay, so first, I would say, like, legitimate point of criticism or critique with this map is incongruency between what your switch is and what it does, where your switch is and what it does. There's just a lot of switches to flip in this map for some reason. And I guess that opened this up. Okay, so I mean, you can see it from here, so maybe I take that back. I just wasn't being perfectly observant. But still, it's, I guess that backtracking isn't too bad. Maybe just something to consider from a flow perspective, though. Where the hell did this guy come from? There's, like, more cacos, and I missed a rocket launcher somewhere, apparently, because this is telling me there's rockets everywhere. I picked up cells. And there are a lot of heavies roaming around, and I'm running out of ammo. These barons are going to completely screw with my shell reserves. Okay. I have only found one secret. But I am pretty flush with some ammo for a weapon that would be very useful right now, and I have no idea where it is. There you go. You guys have fun with that for a minute. Man, he's just not interested in dealing with that Revenant at all, so... Nice. Well, that worked out a little bit better than I could have anticipated overall. Managed to save some ammo, and didn't really come out too bad here. So, okay. Oh, a keen. This kind of changes things. And that wasn't even a secret. Oh. Well, maybe it opened a secret. Yeah. Alright. That's cool. I'm into that. Does the keen eventually do anything? Do I need to find all 4 of them? Or multiples? I guess there could be more than 4. Alright, so now I have the blue key. Which means I can go... These freaking trees, man. Kind of annoying to have to go all the way around, but whatever. Okay. Interesting little filing cabinet area. Are these some like Duke Nukem 3D textures? Sure what they look like. Alright, so finally I've made a circuit back to an earlier area. And man, I would love the rocket launcher right now. All right. Wow, a lot of resources just handed out pretty freely here. Any secrets? This is looking like a no. Okay. Well. Okay, I do want to poke my head around in this prior area real quick if I can. Oh, that's a, let's see, how do I get back to there? Maybe it is through this way. Okay, so let's just go back this way. So these two, just to kind of have an interesting doorway, I like that. Comes back this way, and then the earlier area is accessed by, oop, going this way? Yes. And then there is a path this way. With some demons roaming around. Red key area. So I'm really wondering at this point, have I missed like a pretty big secret with the rocket launcher? I'd love to know where that is. Just kind of thinking here. I mean, there's not really a whole lot between... Red key area is back this way. And let's see, we can pick up some bullets at least. I don't know. I haven't really seen a lot of signaling for that. Anyways, let's go this way. Let's see what's going on over here. Replenish some super shotgun reserves at least. Anything down here? It doesn't look like it. Looks like maybe a bridge will be lifted out at some point. What about down here? Well, it seems like maybe I'll need to go down there. So far, a lot of these fights are just kind of like monsters stacked up in front of you, and not really much in the way of like overt surprises. That seems like it would be something, but I guess it's not. Just like a room full of imps and a Hell Knight just for the sake of shooting that many enemies, I guess. Oh, cool. So a little swimming section. Is this a secret? Oh, wow. That's a big deal. What do I do to deserve that? It's a big deal. Okay, so let's just make sure there's nothing else in here. I don't think there is. Yep, okay, so grates. So we go down the lift, or go up the lift, I mean. And I will grab another rad suit here. So I have both the plasma gun and the BFG now. Oh, I cannot go underwater here. What am I missing? Oh. Oh. Fuck it. Maybe overkill. I may want those cells later, but I always underutilize the BFG when I'm giving it in some maps. Oh, okay, here's the rocket launcher. Cool looking patterns on the floor. I like that. I like the attention to detail in a lot of things in this map. Oop. And 3. So, like, I question like why that would need to be 3 switches. There's symbols pertaining to 1, 2, 3, just for like the sake of it, but like it's just tedious to have to hit 3 switches to do something. Did I open 3 doors? Did I raise this bridge up 3 times? I don't know. I think that's a bit of a misstep. It's just kind of obnoxious to have to do that over and over again for really no reason, unless that legitimately raised 3 separate bridges, but if you're going to hit them all at the same time, then why couldn't it just be one switch that raises 3 bridges? Red key. And I'm going to just go ahead and say no to that. That's something too that could probably have like a border texture of some kind to just kind of delineate. It's just kind of an awkward transition. And then this, I think, in an area that would benefit from the Ramiro rule to change the floor height, because there's such a contrast in like what these two textures look like. It's just a bit of an odd transition because it's, you know, it's just like a hard cutoff. So just something to think about, because overall, I mean, like the detailing in this map is very good. And then, I mean, that is a slightly lowered sector. So I almost just wonder if that's a thing that the author made like quickly and then maybe just forgot to go back and touch up, because there's so much good visual attention to detail here with use of border textures and the way that the floor is designed to look. It's surprising when you see something that's just kind of like, shoo, like that. So I'm willing to kind of assume that's more of a oversight than anything else. Okay, so what else was this way? Anything? I can't... Okay, right, so that was what I'm seeing on the auto map was just the underwater area. So we are ready to proceed this way now. Oh, hello, buddy. And that should do it. So I can go this way. I also have the red key area like all the way at the beginning of the map. Oh, bastard. Where the hell is this demon at? That's it, okay. A lot of health. A lot of resources. What did I do? Again, I just have no idea what that switch did. The enemies here kind of are, you know, semi-effective in drawing you back in this direction, but, I mean, overall, I just don't really... There's not really a lot of continuity between what I flipped the switch and then what ended up happening. So I think what I'm going to do to start is just go back and explore this area out here. Do you want to see if this switch had any effect here? Oh, okay, yeah, that would make sense, because I recalled earlier that that door did not prompt me for the key when I attacked, when I used it. So are there? So I do recall in the README that the author like mentioned security cameras. Is that what? I'll have to go back. I'll say I'm not going to go all the way back yet, but maybe that's one thing I'm supposed to be paying attention to, is like security cameras that are supposed to be showing what the switch does. I'll go back and double check it, but if I have been completely overlooking that. Oop. It's a neat little like promenade type of area here. It's clogged full of pinkies. Okay, so like here is a security camera footage. So I mean, why not use like this for like any time you hit a switch and it like does something in a different room. Otherwise, I mean, what would really help out a lot is, like in the case of the door out here, like that led me to this area, would be like if some bars that show up on that door and near the switch that you hit, like both change at the same time to let you know, like, oh, hey, something that matches this pattern changed. I mean, I know you argue like the red key pattern, but it's just not clear enough. It needs to be a little more clear, I think. So now I'm assuming this switch will lower this. And this is back out here. Okay. So I made another circuit, and then I am just getting completely distracted. This is not a good type of map for somebody with attention deficit tendencies. So it's very much like, oh, just go over here and look at this thing now. So when I hit the switch, see, I didn't finish exploring this room. That's what I wanted to do back here. So cool looking security camera thingies. So if you're going to go to the trouble, you could try to use them like in the map. Like to help signal the progression a little bit. Anyways, okay, so let's see what this does. It just straight up takes me to the plasma gun. Cool. Alright. A bit redundant after having found the BFG, but since that was secret and the earlier plasma gun I found was secret, you know. I'm flush. So, I guess we're about ready for the showdown. So wait a minute. Was the whole point of that just to get the plasma gun? Because you could totally bypass that area and just come straight here. Have fun with that, buddy. Just like a security office or something. Just like a... Oh. Guess that was nothing. Okay. Let's see. What else do we have left? Okay, I missed the yellow key somewhere. Okay, now I'm confused. It's gotta be back in this direction in some way. So where did I miss it? Oh, I just missed that completely. Oh my god. Wow. That is a sharp contrast in the prior difficulty of the map. A very surprising trap. Alright, well, I pretty much got all my supplies back, so... No. Totally unnecessary, but I don't care. I have the ammo. Okay, so yellow door over here. Alright, see, that's just a little bit repetitive to have just like a Hell Knight around every corner and then followed by a Baron. Like, Hell Knights are used really well when they kind of like pressure you in a uncomfortable way, when they're just like directly in front of you and they just simply exist. Like, you just gotta kill one real quick to go forward. It gets kind of tedious. Oh, with the one-shots, that's it. So I feel like that's about it, right? Okay. What else do we have here? Anything? There's one guy left. Who is it? And dead. Well, I missed the final secret, but okay. Alright, 100% kills, 80% secrets. What do we have next? Cool little MIDI here. So that's an interesting map. Let's go back into it real quick. Hopefully that won't break anything, but detail-wise, this is a very effective map. Very nice. A lot of good detail, cool areas. I do want to talk about the progression overall, because I feel like that's kind of the biggest sort of area of improvement for this. It's just very sprawling, and it is interconnected, but it's interconnected in kind of an awkward way. There's a lot of like discontinuity between, I don't know, just like it, to some degree it just feels like it's kind of hard to tell what different switches do, and then with just how many different doors there are with these key colors. I like that they're multi-use, but I just kind of question the necessity of like making three or these interconnected like overlapping paths that use the same key, because I don't know, maybe it's basically just three different ways to go back and forth through the map. I don't know. Maybe something that I would think about though. I feel like a map with this much going on could stand to have a bit of a tighter interconnectedness, maybe, if that makes sense. But I don't feel like I'm expressing that the right way. I like exploring it though, and I like the detailing and the theme and kind of the setting. All very cool stuff. The use of these textures is really nice. They definitely lend to a pretty interesting mood. This kind of reminds me of a Half-Life level. It's at questionable ethics. You unleash the bee guys. Anyways, weapons are doled out in a very kind of different type of pace to them. I mean, if you don't find any secrets, you basically use the chain gun all the way up until you find the shotgun and the super shotgun, 2 rooms from each other basically, and basically right before you find the first key. And you're finding tons of ammo for everything all the way through. In fact, this map is just so stocked with ammo and resources. There's not a lot of consideration about that once you've found a few of the guns. And then I think other things too, where it's just like very clear that the monster density is just like making it take longer to get through the area, where, you know, if there's going to be 20 pinkies in this chamber, I would much prefer if they were used in a way that like changes the pacing a little bit, because basically all it stands is you open the door, you come in here, and then you just fight 20 pinkies to get through this hallway. And it would be much more interesting if, like, you know, even if it's like you get halfway through the hallway and then the closet opens and then pinkies come out like half on one side, half on the other, and then there's a little bit more of a consideration. Or if they're used to clog up your maneuvering like a little bit later when the specters show up with the mancubuses here, that was a little bit more of a consideration because they were kind of roaming around and making it hard to dodge the fireballs. But like in this case, it's just like open this door and then just kill 20 pinkies before you can proceed. And I would say that kind of borders on like tedious. Same thing with the path towards the inn and the yellow key door. Where you come through here and it's just basically like kill a Hell Knight, kill a Hell Knight, kill a Hell Knight, kill a Hell Knight, kill a Baron, and then you finally get this final battle. There's just not really much to that. It's just literally, as to borrow a phrase from Hack 3180, it's just basically like a door with hit points, or in this case, 4 separate doors with hit points. So, I don't know, just something to consider. I mean, the appearance of a Hell Knight, I would prefer, I prefer when it's used in a much more structured way to kind of facilitate an interesting encounter rather than to just be something you have to shoot 3 times with the super shotgun and then do that 4 times in a row. So, I don't know. The reason I'm just pointing all this stuff out is because the author of this map seems to have a fairly adept eye to just designing the map and detailing the map and texturing the map. And I need to give credit where it's due because it's very... it looks great, it's interesting to explore, and there's not really a whole lot, bad you could say about it other than a few things that I pointed out, and then, of course, talking about the progression. But, so that the reason why I kind of circle back to the sort of the encounter design and then just signaling of how you move through the map, because these are things that you're going to want to start thinking about, like on that next kind of tier of design. And I think the author's kind of at that like inflection point where once that stuff kind of gets figured out and nailed down, these are going to be some truly incredible maps. At this point, we're in pretty good shape, but there's a lot to improve upon, and I only point it all out in hopes of being helpful. So anyways, that was a pretty cool map overall, and if you liked it, I will have a link to it in the description below. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you next time.